Well, it's the last day. It looks like nice weather, at least for a couple more hours. We'll probably be driving home in the rain. But we're going to go back and hit the Hatfield and McCoy trails, and we don't know where we're going to go. We're just going to drive, and we'll end up where we end up. So I've been riding, KH and I have been riding all week with our friend Rick here. And we really appreciate him showing us around his home area here. We really enjoyed the outlaw trails. They're awesome. You don't need no money to pay. You don't have to have a sticker on your helmet to ride the outlaw trails. In fact, you don't have to have a helmet at all on the outlaw trails. On the Hatfield and McCoy trails, you have to have a helmet. So we're gonna go fuel up at 7-Eleven downtown Williamson, and we're gonna head out on Trail 10 on the Hatfield McCoy trails. And you guys come with us to figure out where we end up. I can't be losing my hat. Especially since it's not my hat, it's KH's hat. I'd never hear the end of it. All right. Like I was saying, we're going into Williamson here to get some gas at the 7-Eleven. And one of the really cool things about the Hatfield and McCoy trails, most of the cities and towns that surround the Hatfield and McCoy trails, are that you can ride your buggies right in town and along the highways, in and around the trails. This is the part we got to put our helmets on. I guess they strictly enforce it. Okay. Do I sound funny in my helmet, you guys? I was saying, I think they strictly enforce the helmet law from what I've been hearing. Which means if you're caught without one, they're not just going to give you a warning, they'll give you a ticket. I'll have to look up what that ticket normally is, but I'd rather not spend any extra money considering how much money I paid in diesel fuel to get out here. So, like I said in previous videos this week, it's been raining all week. Just about every day we've had rain, and we had some rain last night again. There's no rain expected until later this afternoon, like around 5 or 6. So maybe this will be the first day that I don't get wet. KH stayed back in the RV with the dogs. She always likes to get a day by herself, which I totally understand. And I don't really mind riding by myself every once in a while. I like having her around most of the time, but being out in the buggy every once in a while by myself is pretty enjoyable. She'll say the same thing about laying around the RV by herself. It's more enjoyable than laying around the RV with me around the RV. Sometimes. Anyway, we started Williamson, West Virginia. I get it confused between West Virginia and Kentucky because our RV park, which is just about a mile down the road, is in Kentucky. Turtle Creek, Kentucky, in fact. And Williamson is in West Virginia, where this trailhead starts. At least this one. There's lots of trailheads. But Trail 10 for the Hatfield McCoy Buffalo Mountain Trails starts in Williamson. We're driving up 10. You remember, if you watched our going up to the swing video, you'll remember this is kind of where we got lost. This is where you need to get on Trail 36 from 10. All right. You guys know, if you've been watching our channel long enough, having me lead is not the best idea in the world. I generally tend to get lost most of the time. So we were talking to some guys at the local restaurant down here. We had Mexican last night. It was really good. But we were talking to some people, and they said that they had heard that there were like small tornadoes up and around these things, which makes a lot of sense with these trees that we saw yesterday. It snapped off about halfway up the tree. That's more than just strong winds, I think. I mean, that's really strong winds if it's snapping a tree off. Normally it takes a tornado to do something like that. And that was my first. I'm from Oklahoma, so I've seen tornado damage. And when I saw those trees the way they were on that hillside yesterday, it kind of made me think that, man, that sure looks like a tornado. But we used Onyx a couple of times on these trails, and Onyx is really, really good. Not really required so much if you kind of know where you're going a little bit, because the trails are so well marked. But Onyx, if there's a question, that can really set your mind straight. It's a great app. We use it all the time. We don't get paid to say that or anything. I just like sharing stuff that works for us, and Onyx is one of those apps that I actually still have on my phone. I download a ton of apps, but I rarely, if ever, keep them for very long. This one I've kept around. I gotta fix my front camera. I gotta fix my camera. Well, we'll give it a try. I don't know if I'll be able to get that one tight enough. Somebody had asked in the comments if it was possible to show a front view right in the middle of the buggy so they get an idea about the trail. So I'm trying it right now, but I think that bar's just a little bit, that's a little bit too thin for that mount. I probably need to get a different mount if I'm going to do that. Yeah. I just got that front camera completely wet right there, I think. That may not be the best place to put it. Anyway. All right. Well, today is Wednesday, middle of the week, and so far we haven't seen anybody at all out here besides us. Well, I guess we're going to find out if the Osmo 5 action camera is waterproof like they say it is. It's getting pretty drenched up there on the front of the buggy. We're definitely going to have to move at our next stop. All right, getting ready to cross another road. We're on Trail 11, and on the other side of the road starts Trail 12. All right, made an executive decision. We haven't been down on Trail 22 as far as I know, so we're going down on it. I mean, we're going down Trail 22 is what I meant to say. Well, it kind of looks like I'm going to get wet. We were supposed to only come out about an hour and a half, so we had an hour and a half to go back, and that would have been a 3-hour trip. But instead, we came out about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So now it's going to be a 5-hour day, and that rain was supposed to start here in about half an hour. And we got about 2.5 hours to get home from here. So we made a U-ey, and we're going to go back the kind of way we came here on Trail 22, I think. It shows as easy, and it's really super muddy down here in a little bit. This will be the first time I put the buggy in 4-wheel today, going back this way. I should have probably used it coming up this way. Ooh. Oh. try to get in this muddy machine. I bet this thing weighs 500 pounds more than it used to with all this mud on it. All right, lead the way. Okay, what are we doing, 15? Okay. I gotta say, today was a perfect day. No rain, at least not yet, and we're heading home. Perfect temperature. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. And I am covered from neck to foot in mud. And the only reason I'm not covered head to foot is because I'm wearing a helmet. So I'm gonna say, you can tell how much fun a fella's had in one of these by how muddy they are when they're done. So when we're driving in town and down here in Williamson, everybody's gonna know that Ben had the most fun on these trails today. It was fantastic. Really sorry you missed them, KH. But you know what? There's always next year. Man, if I could bottle the smell back here, I'd make millions of dollars. Oof.